for years now, I've been going to the peninsula of Samaná in the Dominican Republic, to a little town called Las Terrenas, which is very beautiful and nestled right on the most beautiful stretch of beach. I always go with my wonderful friend and driver, Kennedy. A couple of years ago, we had just finished a meal at one of our favorite restaurants, and he suggested we take a drive in the country. There's this loop that goes out and around Las Terrenas. It goes down through a kind of a dell and to a location where it gets cooler at night, and there's absolutely no light, so you can see the stars very clearly, and there's an amazing sound of insects out there. So he suggests we take that loop. I say sure, and we start to go around the curve into the part where it dips down to a lower elevation, and suddenly to our right I see a child, a 12-year-old boy, wearing only underwear, walking by the side of the road. And I'm shocked by this because we're in the middle of nowhere and there's no light. And just as we pass, he turns his head to us and screams very loudly. The car was going fast, so we zoomed past him, and I said, "What are you doing? We've got to go back and help that child." And Kennedy said, "That's not a child, that's a dead thing." And he was refusing to turn around, but I finally got him to turn around, and he said, "Okay, I'll show you." So we go back the short distance to where we had seen the child, and he turns the lights off to the car. It is completely black. There is no light whatsoever, and there's no way anyone could have been walking along by the side of the road without a flashlight or a torch. Then he turns the lights on, and I look into the woods. There is no break in the underbrush. There's no way anyone could have run off the side of the road and disappeared. And we sat there in shock. We drove back, and the whole time we're driving, he kept saying that thing wasn't touching the ground. Its feet were not on the ground. It was walking backwards. It looked like it was walking like a goat. And all of these various things. I didn't agree with all of them, but we both saw the child in his underwear. We both saw it turn toward us, and we both heard it scream. So the next morning, we asked the old guy who keeps the parking lot if he knew anything about that area. And he said, "Yes, I used to work a parking job lot there in the middle of the night, and I kept hearing and feeling all these strange things around me, and I had to quit that job." And then we asked several other people from the neighborhood, and they said, "Oh yes, there are sightings all the time of this dead child." So never in my life have I ever believed anything about ghosts. We drove back, and we found a haunted-looking house just down the street from where we saw that child. And I'm going to post pictures of that house under this video, and you can decide for yourself if we saw what we saw or not. There were two of us.